Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hasan Zeki. I've been presenting you modern programming languages here, and this time I prepared much more R programming language lessons for you, and I'm gonna start right away without wasting any time. Okay, as you remember, I've been using RStudio to present this lesson for you. So far, I've prepared and published 3 lessons, and this time we're gonna with our lesson 4, and this is our 41 code snippet. Here I have a v vector, so it's gonna be assigned numbers starting from 0 up to 8. That's to say 2 and 8 will be included, and just simply I'd like to get it printed, and simply we could get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let me show you another one. This time v first is gonna assigned as 8, v second is gonna assigned as 12, and our t variable will be starting from 1 up to 10, including 1 and 10. And here just there is a logical comparison here. V first in percent t, and v second in percent t. This is another logical comparison. Just when we look here, v first in t, yes, actually 8 is between within this range. And how about 12? V second in t, no, it's not, because 12 is greater than 10, so the answer logical result for this one will be true, and for this one will be false. Yes, true, the first one, and the second one will be false. And let me show you another example. Okay, this time I define a matrix here. This is the matrix definition format. So our M matrix will have these members, okay, 2, 6, 5, 1, 10, 4, and number of rows will be 2, and number of columns will be 6. So 2 times 6 equals to 8, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements will be placed within this matrix structure. And there is another option here by row. This is the ordering option. True, that means we're gonna fill out this matrix structure from the first row to the second row, and go on. It's gonna go on like this. And how about t? I here use this structure, and after that I will get it printed. Okay, just at first, just I place the numbers, figures one by one here. So 60. It's gonna multiply by t, and it's gonna be placed as the member of this matrix. Just you can look here. Okay, 65, 82, another 82, and 117. That was 44. How about 44? Okay. 25. In this case, I define a vector here, so it has two members, hello and loop, and I define another variable here, counter, so it's going to be assigned as 2, and I here define a repeat method here, repeat method, and just let me do this. And it's gonna print the contents of v, and counter will be increased by 1, and after that there will be a comparison whether count is greater than 5 or not, and if counter greater than 5, so it's gonna break, and this program snippet will stop. And when I run this one, so that means it's gonna print it for hello loop expressions will be displayed on the screen, and when it becomes 5, okay, when it becomes 5, it's gonna repeat once again. It's repeated for 2, for 3, for 4, and for 5. So there will be 4 times of this loop operation, loop iteration will be performed, and whenever the counter becomes greater than 5, so this program would bring and stop, and only for hello loop will be printed on the screen. How about 46? Yes. Just as before, we could establish a loop by using while, and this here again the previous parts will be the same. Okay, counter will start from 2, and while count less than 7, as long as it is less than 7, do this, and after that increase the counter value. So just we can say that it's gonna repeat for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, and for 7 is not gonna perform, and just we can see that this is for 2, this is for 3, this is for 4, like this. This is gonna be printed as a result of counter 2. This is gonna be printed as a result of counter 3, counter 4, counter 5, and counter 6. Whenever a counter becomes 7, this is not gonna be repeated, and while loop will come to an end. This was 46. How about 47? Yes. And this time I define a list as letters, so as to include 1 up to 4, and this is assigned as a variable v, and I here establish another for loop. I in v, the condition is as long as I is in v, and do this within the curly bracket, and when we run this code snippet, we will see that letters starting from A, B, C, and D will be printed out as a result of this for loop. The letters keyword is important here, you guys. And here I define another vector here. It has got 2 members, hello and loop, and the counter is initialized as 2. This is our variable, and I here this time establish a repeat structure, repeat loop. This is new for you. Repeat is a new keyword for establishing a loop structure, and within this repeat loop I'm gonna print the value of v, okay, and after that counter value will be increased by 1, so it's gonna be 3, and there is of course a comparison control mechanism here. If counter greater than 5, so it's gonna break. That means it's gonna be repeated for 2, for 3, and for 4 and for 5. For 5 it's not gonna be printed, because if counter equals to 5, still this is gonna be repeated, and as long as it is greater than 5, for example, if it becomes 6, it's gonna break. And when we run this code, for 2, for 3, for 4, and for 5. For 5 also it's going to be performed, because still it does not meet this condition, so it's going to be repeated until 6. In case count value becomes 6, so that means greater than 5, and it's going to break, and that means 4 times it's going to be repeated on the screen. 48, 49, and in this case I use my letters vector once again, starting 1 up to 6, and this case I establish for loop like this, in case I is in V, and this is the control mechanism for D. That means for letter D, whenever the counter value I is D, it's not gonna print it, just it's going to go on next. Just it's similar to continue keyword, you guys. That's to say A, B, C will be printed, D will be omitted, and E and F will be printed. A, B, C, D, E, F. D is not gonna be printed. The letter D is not going to be printed, because it's simply omitted. It's simply skipped. A, B, C, there is no letter D, okay, and E and F. How about 40, 49 and 50? Okay. This is functions, building functions. An example for that, print square root 32, comma 44. Just no, it's not a square root, just a sequence, and this is mean and this is sum, and it's gonna display 33, 34 up to 43 and 44, and for this one it's gonna find out the mean value, average value of members, and this is gonna get the sum of the members, and when we run this one, just we could see that as it is expected, 32, 33 up to 43 and 44. This is sequence. It creates a sequence of numbers from this one and up to this one, and this is the average value, mean value of numbers from 25 up to 82. And how about this one? This is the sum of numbers starting from this one and stopping from this one, including of course, and just we're going on creating a function without an argument, and in R, language R, just it's easy to create a function without any argument. Just we say new dot function, and it's assigned, and with curly brackets we can give details how to do what to do inside this function. For example, here I use a for loop here, and as long as I is in within this range, 1 colon 5, so the square of the value I, the variable I, will be printed, and this is called as without an argument. Just how to call this one, just by saying its name, new function, and without any arguments, it's gonna print out the squares of numbers starting from 1 up to 5. Okay, 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how about 40? 43. This time I prefer to give an example with arguments. I'm gonna create a function with arguments, and this function is gonna accept 3 arguments, in fact, a, b, c, and the result will be assigned as the multiplication of a and b plus c, and after that I'm gonna call this print method so as to print out the result on the screen. And how to call this function, it's very easy, you guys. Just we simply mention its name, and just by giving the values corresponding to those arguments, in fact. And just here I can give arguments by names for the arguments, such as a equals to a is to be 11, b is to be 5, and c is to be 3. That's the same. In this case, just simply changes its places. However, it's gonna calculate the same by using the same formula. Okay, for this time 26, and how about this one, 58, because we already changed the order of this argument values. This was 53. How about 54? Okay, this is another example with arguments, you guys. Our function will accept 2 arguments. A will be initialized as 3, and b will be initialized as 6, and the result or return value, just so I can say that, will be assigned as a multiply b, and by calling this print method, we simply would like to print out the result value, and without mentioning any argument, just by calling its name is enough to calculate, to make it calculate here. And just by it's up to us by by using this function, by giving specific numbers, specific argument values, such as 9 for A and 5 for B, and again it calculates and it gives the relevant result, relevant calculated values. Okay, such as 18 and 45. This was 54. How about 56? And yes, guys, that's the end of this lesson. Actually, it's about 19 minutes its duration. This is good for a proper upload, in fact. Just I'd like to finish this lesson right away here. Thanks for your watching me, you guys. We'll meet with you for the next R programming language. Thanks for your watching. Bye bye. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks once again. Bye now.